Alright guys, it's Golden Spike Coin here. Hey, in my last video I just discovered how to find the mintages of circulating coins. I want to say I've seen monthly figures in Coin Week, and shout out to Son of a Silver Stacker. I'm pretty sure I saw monthly figures from him. But I did discover you go to About Us and you go to product sales and figures, I think. What does annual reports go to? Sorry, I'm going on a tangent now. So what does that do? How's that different from the other mintages? So this gives a bunch of graphs and stuff. Alright, so it's like a news publication looking thing. They're wearing gloves. Unlike the Mega Penny, that's funny. Alright, so this looks like some sort of government pamphlet to tell you all the total figures and more stuff that you want to know about. Let's go back to what I was originally doing. Alright, so this video is about the 2025 Lincoln set penny boxes. And I'm going to tell you the story. My source for finding those has changed to the not so good. But I will tell you that there was over 1 billion, that's right, with a B, billion pennies. 645 million for Denver, and pretty close. Philadelphia did a little bit more, 655 million for like 1.3 billion. And with those vintages, I don't feel, this is my opinion, I don't feel like these pennies will be very valuable in the future, just because like you look at the bicentennial coins and people would save those by the rolls. And since people have such a big following, well, not following, but like they want to save these and think they're worth in the future, I feel like everyone's going to have like a MS like 65, 66 rolled pennies from either mint. And everyone's going to have these great condition ones and no one's going to have them in circulation. I've probably picked up, I don't know, 6 or 8 boxes this year, and I haven't found any 2025s. Year previously, I picked up probably about 6 as well. No 2024s. Everything around 2022 to 2023 was the current year production, and then after that, I was still getting new ones. The boxes I got this year were mostly mixed. So at least that was kind of something nice for penny hunting. But what I'm getting at is I feel like this is going to be like a saved, like considered rarity because it's the last year. But a lot of these are just going to be saved in rolls or boxes. So there's really not a whole lot of condition rarity. And there's altogether 1.3 billion. But I also like to have some examples of the last year, so that'd be cool. I just don't know if it's worth, I think the last time I checked, a roll of D pennies 2025 from the bank box was worth like $15. It's steadily increased since they announced they weren't going to do any more of the pennies. But ironically, the Philadelphia ones have a bigger mintage, but they cost more on the secondary market. So I don't know how that makes sense. And then I also did a video with pretty sure I uploaded it. I'll have to double check. Maybe I didn't. Pretty sure I did. But the boxes for like sealed 2025's full box, so that'd be 50 rolls, were like $600-$700 for D's and almost $1,000 for P's. And I just don't know if that's, there's a lot of hype. There's a lot of fear of missing out. People thinking they're going to invest in it. And I kind of initially was thinking the same thing, to hoard these. But when I saw 1.3 billion, I don't know. Do what you want. Do what, you feel in your heart is a good thing, if investment or for your kids or grandkids, or you're a 20-year-old, do whatever. But I don't know. I see 1.3 billion. A bunch of people are hoarding these. The ironic thing is that it is hard to get. So here's my story. And I guess I can say this now because one of the banks is closed and the other bank won't do boxes anymore. So I live in Utah, and I had a U.S. bank outside the city center order as many penny boxes as I wanted. And I've had a U.S. bank account for quite a while. I want to say like 15 years. Could be wrong. Maybe that's another bank. So I don't know, 15, 20 years. And they would order as many boxes as I want. And when I had one of my kids, I would have him walk in, and I would bring in my hiking backpack, and I would put 4 or 5 boxes in a hiking backpack. And they would say, "Do you want help to your car?" And I was like, "No, I got it." Because I don't know. I just don't want help from people unless I really need it. So the offer is very kind, though. So could order as many boxes as I want. Most of the boxes I've gotten the last couple of years from them, very nice. It's unfortunate they closed. I just feel like U.S. Bank in Utah isn't as busy, which is, I guess, good for me because I usually get in right away to see the tellers, but it's probably not great for business. I feel like a lot of people do the credit unions, whether that's Mount America or America First. Credit unions are a big thing here. I think Zion's Bank is a big one here too. But I could get as many boxes of pennies as I wanted, and then they closed, probably because there wasn't enough people. I only saw one other person in there every time I went. And so they closed last year, and I ended up moving out of that area of town to another town. And so this branch was a little bit more strict on like asking, what are you going to do with the pennies? What are you a business account? How long have you been whatever? Are you collecting these for the last year of the penny? And I just said, oh, these are for kids, which is true. Make art designs, projects, that kind of thing. Counting, which is a good skill to have, and also teaches kids about money. So I saw no problem with it. And I ordered 2 boxes for my father-in-law the other week because I have plenty to do counting and projects with. And then I called today to see if they had any more. And they said that they were only going to do it for business customers, and that they wouldn't do it for personal accounts. I'm going to end up calling maybe next week to see if I get somebody else on the line. But yeah, so my U.S. Bank inside scoop is no longer. I never got any 2025 pennies out of it. So, what did I lose? Not a whole lot. But I was listening to Blue Ridge Silverhound. He was saying that some people, I don't know how they got so many boxes, maybe because they live near a Federal Reserve, which I think we're out of the California. No, or will we be Denver? If I was answer in the comments, if I was in Utah, what's our Federal Reserve? Is it Denver or is it California? I don't remember. It's probably Denver. But I'm kind of going on a tangent, but what do you expect when there's nothing on the screen but the vintages? Story time. So where was I going with this? Anyways, both my U.S. Bank inside scoops, so business accounts only. But since, they're already done minting pennies, and Blue Ridge Silverhound was under the impression that if you haven't seen him now, you're not going to. I kind of believe him, especially now, because I called him today. What is it? December 11th? Thursday. And if regular customers can't get them, I'm going to assume business customers are out the door pretty soon as well, especially like January 2nd. I'm sure they have written protocols to no longer even order the pennies because they're not even making them anymore. So, so Blue Ridge was saying that some people were getting like 500 boxes. Like if you look at their eBay solds, they sold 500 boxes of pennies. And if you think that maybe $500 minus fees and shipping and all that, he said people were paying off mortgages and credit cards and, cars and stuff like that. I believe it. But I'm just curious how they got so many because, am I mad about it? No, I was just trying to go on the hunt. And stinks I didn't even get a box, but, what can you do? But gosh, that would be such a gift and such a blessing to get 500 of the 2025 boxes. Like, you almost have to think, excuse me, that person works or knows somebody at the Treasury or the Brinks penny or, the coin sorting center, or they work for a bank. There's got to be some sort of inside scoop on how you get 500 boxes, because it was hard enough for me to order 2. Even when they said, hey, come on in, we got 2 boxes. And I got there and they said, oh, you'll have to wait till next week. Blah, 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 et cetera, et cetera. But 500 boxes, oh my gosh. Good for them. That also takes a lot of time. Getting them, shipping them, doing the eBay stuff. So I commend whoever did that, but that's a lot of work. But I'm sure if you're selling, I'm not going to go through my phone to do the calculation, but let's say $400 times 500, 500, let's do the zero conversion thing here. So that'll be 4 zeros plus 20. So what? That's like 200 grand. And then you got to minus like $25 from each box. But so what? That's like 375. So I don't know. What? Let's just say 180K is what that person made. That's insane. So just wanted to tell everybody, if you're still searching, keep searching. But I was down to my last bank that I actually have an account with, and they are no longer doing anything with pennies. So that's that. Let me know if you found any pennies or what bank that might have them. This was a long time ago, but my wife did go to a Chase to get a penny box for like a gift for me for my birthday. So that might actually be the next place I look, but since it's not me looking, my wife's not going to go out of her way to find any. Maybe I'll have to beg her to get a box or 2. But yeah, that's the current state of affairs with the penny boxes. And yeah, if you found them, you were, as my grandpa would say, you're a pig in clover. But I also think that there's still some sealed rolled equity. Excuse me, because especially for the mixed rolls, people still want to go penny hunting, and if you can't find them at the bank, you're gonna go secondary market and people are going to keep busting them open until there's none left. So I would say even if you can still get some boxes, I'd say buy them and then like put them under your bed or something like that, or probably wouldn't put them in your basement because of humidity, but put them somewhere. Don't stack them up high. You'll ruin your floorboards and support joists and everything, but spread them around, sit on them, and probably someday you'll come back and say, hey, I sold these for $200 or something, $250, and that'd be cool. Right now, I don't have any time to even look through my pennies, so it's kind of more of a sin weight for me. But I thought I'd share that. Yeah, can't really find them anymore. Chase might have some, but U.S. Bank, they're out of the game, unfortunately. All right, guys, we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for letting me chat your ear off. We'll see you. Take care.